Hey, greetings fam, hope you guys are doing well. So let's just uncomplicate the complicated. You know what we do. Let's start with XAUUSD. You know what, we start with XAUUSD. We're not going to go through a lot. I'm not even going to do a max top-down analysis. I already did a top-down analysis, just a slight breakdown of what to expect for everyone who might not know what to expect. Or as I've told you, my expectations, I expect a retracement of gold and then maybe a continuation to the downside. So let's just go through basics. It's very easy to trade these markets. You can just decide to do basics and just as easily as that make some cash, right? So we already know we're targeting gold already. Gold already did its thing. We came into the weekly, daily. We came into the weekly / daily fair value gap that was right here. It was actually in the weekly. I noticed it in the weekly time frame, but it was in the daily too. I'd spotted it in the daily the previous weeks, but I came and saw it in the weekly while I was doing my analysis. So yeah, what I expect is a short-term retracement and then continuation to the upside. Okay, so where are we targeting? Before we even continue, where are we targeting? We're targeting continue to create new highs. Okay, so we're targeting this is going to be one of our targets. Obviously, this is going to be one of our targets. I think I already gave you the schematics. This is one of our targets. This is another target. Okay, mostly I would settle with 75 above 73. Right there, that is where we're going to be targeting. So expectations are maybe we see a retracement to maybe somewhere around here. Not that far. I won't expect it that far. I'm going to expect it around 50, around here. Okay, I'm not even going to expect it far. I'm going to expect it around 50, around here, between 50. I'm going to expect the market around here 52 and 49, around here 50, around here, just close to this, because the rejection will happen immediately before it touches this wick. So before it touches this wick, I'm going to expect it to continue to the upside. So I'm just going to say around 52. That's where we're going to see our movement starting. Okay, so around 52, that's where I'm going to be targeting to just get in on my long positions. So around here, I'm going to be getting in on my long positions, targeting all-time highs. Not my stop loss won't be that far. A good stop loss would be around 38. A good stop loss would be around 38 because of this order block. The market could actually decide to come into that into this order block and continue to the upside. But as I've told you, this is a break, so I don't expect a long-term retracement. I do not expect a long-term retracement. I expect a continuation to the upside. So the marks I expect is somewhere around here, but I do not expect that much. I'm gonna put my stop loss a couple pips below, just a couple pips below, somewhere around here. Okay, somewhere around here. Even that is too, somewhere around here. Yeah, I'm gonna put my stop loss somewhere around there. Okay, somewhere around there. So entry, stop loss, continuation to the upside. A break above this, we continue to the upside. We will be holding this position. I'm going to be holding this position because you can remember previously we had 55, we had 55 and 52. That area was a strong support zone that we were expecting the market to continue to the upside. So we're going to utilize this 55-52 zone to continue to the upside. So my main area that I'm looking at is actually between this 55 and 52. I'm looking to continue driving it to the upside non-stop. So once we break 85, we take it to 2700. That is this is a round number, so we're going to focus on 2700. We're going to also focus above 2700. So let's look at the Fibonacci. Okay, so where could we be expecting it? Just give me a second. Sorry about that. Okay, so this was the low, then we had let's call that the high, something like this. Just let me just fix it up. Okay, something like that. We're not going to complicate everything. We're not complicating anything today. Today we're not focusing on, today we're not going to focus on order blocks or all that stuff. No. We're just breaking down the market quickly, because we already know the direction. I've already told you what to expect on the group, so it's just we're driving it to the upside. Yeah, so we're going to be looking at right here. This is going to be one zone that we might see some rejections, but a break out of this zone, then this is the zone we're going to be looking at. Okay, 0.78 right there, but mostly this is where I'm expecting it. Okay, this is where I usually expect the market to see some good formations starting to come up. So this is like a golden zone for me, so that is somewhere I'm going to be looking at. This right here, all these zones are good zones to check out. Let's mark this 2700, but I expect a break out of that 2700, and I'm expecting a continuation, a very strong continuation. We've had a strong pullback. This has been a beautiful pullback that we had this week. Now it's just a continuation to the upside. So to where? Above 2700. So I'll be looking above 2700 and expecting it. I'll be expecting it at 28. So yeah, clearly. So I'm going to be looking at that. Let's say we hold this position. I'm actually going to max out on this position, not putting my stop loss very far. I'm putting it around 20 pips, but literally when I get into this trade, I will not put stop loss because it could decide to come into this order block. I'm not going to put stop loss, but I'm going to be just maxing out, adding positions, because I expect it to just keep going. So yeah, but the initial targets for me are 75. My initial targets are 75, because you can even see 0.5 is around there. Yeah, 0.5 is around there. Right there, there's 0.5. So it's 75, as I told you guys. And then there's this 85. Sorry about that. There's this 85. Let me mark it out for you guys. 85. So there's this 85. So once we break out of 85, we can expect something like this. Okay, 2690. There's a certain time, I think it was the start of this year, we saw the market just slightly break out of something like this, a certain formation like this. We thought it was now planning to continue to the upside, and then the market changed its trend. There's usually a possibility of that happening. It was this year. It was start of this year. It was at a certain time this year. I remember such a move happening. It's either this year or last year. So yeah, for me, I'm just going to expect it to keep going to the upside. Gold, that's that. We just expect it to go to the upside. My main target is 28. By 2025, we should expect it at 3k. Okay, that's by 2025. We should expect it around here. Not today, not tomorrow, not next week, but by the start of 2025, by 2025 we should be at 3000. So yeah, but the main zones that we're going to be looking at is 28. Then around here we might see maybe a strong pullback coming into the market that might send us back into 26 and maybe slightly to 25, possibly. I'm just saying it could possibly happen, or we could just see continuations. But yeah, those are zones to prepare for. So mark them out, prepare yourself, get ready. And yeah, let's go to NASDAQ. I'm not going to show you US oil, because US oil has my secret strategy that my charts on US oil have my secret strategy, same to my gold. Gold, I was using TVC. Yeah, gold, I was using TVC and IC markets, so they both have my strategy that I can't show you right now. I told you I might show you at the end of the course that I've been giving you guys on YouTube. So let's go to NASDAQ. US Tech. Let's just type US Tech quickly. Not going to use IC markets because I've used IC markets, I think. Let me just click on this. I want just a clean chart. Yeah, Black Bull is clean. So as I told you previously, I think I told you NASDAQ is creating new higher highs, new higher lows. So we can expect it to continue to the upside. I explained to you that this entry right here, this one right here, was the perfect one because it actually retraced to a good zone that had multiple confluences, and then now we broke out, creating a break of structure. This right here was a change of character. Now this was a break of structure, and then now we expected a strong retracement, maybe to around this fair value gap that has been this fair value gap or this unmitigated fair value gap. But the market, instead of doing that, it was really strong during this period. It was really strong during this period, so we just kept and it was NFP on this specific day. We had NFP on this specific day. So since NFP came through, we expected the market to continue to the upside. So there was this retracement. I let it play out. I just traded NFP, closed, and then there was this retracement. I didn't even notice it. I left it to play out, and then now we came, and then there was now this entry. There was this entry that I'm currently in. Let me just show you. There's an entry I'm currently in. I think I got in around somewhere around here. It was somewhere around here before this consolidation. Yeah, it was around this consolidation. My entry, in fact, was here. It was here. I'm still holding like 3 positions on this. I'm still holding 3 positions, and I expect it to go higher, but I'm still holding 3 positions on this. So just a quick breakdown. Maybe let's go to a lower time frame so we can see it more deeply, more in depth. And then yeah, so let's go to the 1 hour or 2 hour, whichever seems fit. We'll just use it. So NASDAQ, we can expect new all-time highs, same to US30. So NASDAQ, US30, gold, all of them we're looking to drive them to the upside. So for NASDAQ, I had an expectation of there. So let's go to the 30-minute time frame. Let's go to the 30-minute time frame. Okay, for me, that is the marks that I'm looking. That is where I'm looking at currently. The market driving towards there, but we need some patience. Okay. Need some patience to actually monitor exactly what is happening before we just say we're going to reach that zone. Okay, because there's an order block around here. Before we break out of it, we need to just mark those zones out as key areas that the market could actually decide to come to. So is this consolidation happening in NASDAQ? There's this consolidation happening right here. So we could potentially look at this zone right here. There's this consolidation, you can see, but we already got my first entry was here. Then the market came back, tapped me in. This is where I got in, pushed it to the upside, and then I got out on some of my positions around here. But I told you guys I'm holding this until the end. I posted this entry on I posted this entire signal, the entire setup, on my Instagram. You can go check it out. So then it came back around here, but I did not enter and I did not move my stop loss. I did not enter and I did not break even on this. I just let it play out. So you expect continuation to the upside. So I'll be mainly looking at this zone right here. You see where we have this small fair value gap on this 30-minute time frame. So I'm going to be looking around there and there, between here and here, okay, because you can see already rejections are starting to come up, but since we're starting the week, we cannot really be sure. So I'm just going to be monitoring these 2 zones. If I like what I see, then we're getting in. So let's just assume something around here. This would be fit. This would deem fit. And then there's this is all liquidity. There's liquidity and liquidity right here, okay, because when you're in consolidations, expect liquidity. So right here, this is just pure liquidity that is here, okay. This is liquidity, and this is liquidity. So which one seems like it could drive more? Which one seems like it could drive more? It could drive strongly the market towards it. For me, I would say this upside looks stronger, more likely to drive the market to the upside not only because we expect the market to continue driving towards the upside, but look at how many touches we've had. Down here we've only had like 2 touches around here. Maybe we can add this. So 1, 2, 3, 4 touches, right? Around here we've had 4, we might say 4 touches, but if you look at here, there's so many touches this market has given us around this zone. Yeah, we have seen so many touches around this zone. So my expectations are not a lot. I've told you I'm not really going to focus a lot on this. NASDAQ, we're looking to continue, but we are going to be monitoring. We're going to be monitoring exactly the candle play that will be around here. So we're going to have a new candle. If it rejects, if we get maybe the candle coming in and then rejecting, or it reacts to this, starts with a strong rejection, then we're going to play out with that. But we need to wait for the candle to actually do its thing, because it could decide to come and take this liquidity under here, maybe come into this order block or this order block, and then continue to the upside. So there's those two that you just have to know that they're there, their existence. In fact, if it decides to come and take this, then we're going to see it cover half of this. We're going to see it from around here. We're going to see it coming into this order block. Highly probably it will come into this order block before continuing to the upside. So I'm just going to mark it out like this. Okay, it will just, but this I already have entries. I already have entries around here, and I've already taken some good partials on those entries. I've taken not partials, but some good amount on these entries. Now it's just letting the market play out. So here's the thing: if this market comes into this zone, I will be monitoring. This is not my exact stop loss, my exact entry zone. It's just what I'm going to be monitoring. Maybe the entries around here, I'm going to be monitoring something, whatever play we're going to see around there. My stop loss is going to be just slightly under this, this right here. So I'm just going to put it somewhere around here. Yeah, somewhere around here, just below this 2 wicks right here. So yeah, I'm going to put my stop loss somewhere around there, and then my take profit, I'm going to target my, okay, this is going to be like the main take profit. Okay, this is going to be like the main take profit, my main take profit, before we see a continue, like my main take profit for this play that we expect around here, that I expect around here. This is going to be my main take profit, but I expect it to continue to the upside. Okay, I expect it to continue to the upside, but to where? So first thing, I'm going to be looking at round numbers. Obviously, I'm going to be looking at round numbers. So this is around 2500. So the next points that I'm going to be looking at, maybe 2800, 2700, because those zones are round numbers. I would expect around 2500. So let's say 2800, 2850, not 3000. That is too far. Just somewhere around 2700, not even 2800, 2700. That would be fit, but that isn't that. I'm not going to let a big swing maybe to that area. What I'm going to be swinging to those areas would be these entries that I took here, and there's this entries that I took around here. This was the entry around here. Yeah, so was it there? Yeah, it was here. So these entries are the ones that I'm going to be mainly focusing on, but this entry, my main take profit is going to be here. Then I'm going to break even, leave the runner running to a very small runner running to the upside, because I already have the runners from this entry. So, and these runners don't have stop loss, but I'll be monitoring them. If the market decides to come into this zone, then I'm going to close them at break even. If it breaks below this, then I know it's going to be coming to this side. So I'm going to just close them from where they are, because once it breaks below this, I get a close below this, maybe a retest, I'll just know that this market will continue to the downside. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to close it while it's still up there. If this is a retest and then it wants to continue to the downside, but I'll be monitoring what the candle play will be happening. So I expect maybe a retest. If I see a retest and then some form of continuation, I'll know it wants to come and take this lows. So if it wants to come and take this lows, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to just close it from wherever it will be around here, wait for an entry. Now the main entry that I'm going to take it from around this zone or this zone. I'm going to use a good stop loss between these two zones and then drive it to the upside. That I will also be swinging it. But my main entry, I'm going to be looking for an entry around here. This is just going to be my main focus. Monday, we're looking Monday buy. Okay, I'm looking at buy. I think I already sent you guys a signal. So but if this plays out, then I'm not going to close this. If this plays out, then I'm not going to close this. If it doesn't play out, if I don't see any reactions, any candles that I like around here, maybe I see break below this, then I'm not going to enter. US30 is the same thing. Okay, US30 is the same thing. We're looking to buy US30. Which market should I use? Let's use Black Bull. I don't think I have any. I don't have anything on Black Bull. So NASDAQ is on all-time highs. It's on all-time highs. So basically, we're looking to just continue to the upside. There won't be a lot of information around there. There's not a lot of information. What you just need to know is when the market, when you see we're on all-time highs, that doesn't mean that we're going to see okay, you might see what happened on gold, what happened during gold, what happened during gold the other time while we were expecting maybe some retracement, and the market just kept going and going and going. If you remember, I think it was last month when we were breaking out of 2600 and we just kept going. You remember that? Yeah, we might see something of the sort happening. So NASDAQ, I'll be mainly looking at this between this fair value gap, but this fair value gap has already been mitigated into, so I'm just going to mainly focus on maybe this around here. Yeah, I'm going to focus on this. But I'm going to keep my eye on that. Okay, I'm going to keep my eye on this. I'm going to focus on this, but I'm going to keep my eye on this because there's a possibility the market could reverse from here and just continue to the upside, or it could decide to come into this. I've ever seen this happen. Yeah, now this is what I expect. This is the exact scenario I expect. Something like this. This is the exact scenario I expect. Somewhere around there. A push from exactly there. Okay, that is the exact point I expect a reversal from. And I'm going to mark out this zone. I'm just going to mark it out just for the sake. I'm going to mark that out. So I expect market to come back into this zone, and then we're targeting above those highs. For this, we'll need Fibonacci to know exactly where we're going, because we don't know where we're going. Okay, these are all-time highs, so where exactly are we going? Let's get our fibs. Let's get our Fibonacci tool. What else before we continue? What else? Beautiful consolidation around there. There's a lot of liquidity under here. Let's just focus on something very small. A move like this. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna focus on this. I don't usually, when I trade NASDAQ, as I've always told you, NASDAQ, US30, they work with patterns. They work with small things that most people won't take into consideration. They actually do work. Okay, those small things that people never take into consideration, they actually do work. So you'll notice that at this zone there's 0.5. You see this? As I was saying, we could potentially see the market reversing from this zone. You see the 0.5 around that zone, and the 0.38 around this zone that I had previously marked out, but I decided to mark it out under here. So you can see between these two zones, there's a possibility we could see reversals from this zone. And I'm really on the 0.5. I'm really seeing this reversal happening from 0.5. Let me just I'm seeing it happening from that 0.5. So just quick mark out something like that. Okay, I'm not going to focus a lot on this market. I would expect something like this. 1:2 if we start with this. Yeah, if we start with maybe a target around here, 1:2, we look for just 1:2, something of the sort, just below this 0.318, so around here. and then we look to drive it slightly above, so maybe half of this. Okay, half of this, but we'll be holding it. I currently do not have any running positions on US30. I do not have any running positions on US30. Somewhere around here, and maybe we could decide to take it further. We'll see. Somewhere around here, 1:2. That is good enough. So yeah, potentially we could eventually see it around here. As I said, yeah, these are my expectations on NASDAQ. Tesla, let's check out Tesla. Tesla, I think I already shared with you guys my expectations on Tesla. These are my expectations on Tesla. So we had a gap. We had this gap that formed. So expect, when you usually see gaps, I love gaps. And most people will tell you that when I see gaps, I love them. So here's what I expect. I expect this market to come and cover this entire candle. So something like we're going to see it coming into this like this. But there's this order block right here. I'm not too sure about this order block, because below it there's this other order block that I've marked out, and there's this other order block. So potentially we could say that we were in an uptrend and then we saw a change of character because maybe these lows were taken, but we can decide to look at it at a perspective that this is the main low that was created. You see, this is the main low that was created. So if I do take it in that perspective, then I am going to just focus on this specific low or this specific order block, right? So I'm going to be looking at these two zones. I'm going to be mainly focusing at these two zones, but I'm going to put it below this. I'm going to put my stop loss below this. I'm going to put my stop loss below this. Maybe if it comes to this zone, I'm going to add a position. If it comes to this zone, I'm going to add a position, but mostly maybe this position. I'm going to add a position. Now I love gaps. So yeah, I expect market come into this zone, continuation to the upside. Tesla, I already sent you why I expect anything that is related to Elon Musk to just buy this week. Because of because SpaceX managed to catch the first those falling rockets. It managed to catch it. Leave alone, they used to drop them. They used to come in a dropping format that they could actually stand on their own, but they managed to actually capture it like this while it's still in the air. And then there was that, and then there's some certain robots that Tesla is creating. There's some certain robots that I saw somewhere. I saw it somewhere. I remember just someone saying, someone told me that that Tesla has something in store, has a surprise in store. So it's like an insider information. Tesla has some robots that they have created, that they are creating. They're mainly for Tesla, and so such things I expect skyrocketing, because I saw plenty of those robots being created, and they might now be ready to get distributed. That's what I think is going to happen. So if that is so, then expect the Tesla stocks to go higher. So I'm expecting it higher than this high. So continuation to the upside. But you know what I usually do? I don't target very far above the high. I never target above the high, too far above the high. What I'm going to do is I'm going to let the market, if the market starts reversing. So let's say let's call this a retracement. The market is retracing. Then once we get now the bullish, once we get the market now pushing towards the bullish to the upside, then I'm going to use my Fibonacci tool to predict which are the zones that I could potentially be looking out for in the upside. But for now, I'm not going to use the Fibonacci, because I told you there's a potential it could decide to come into this zone, so that will be slightly misleading. But yeah, my expectations are slightly above this round number. I always focus on round numbers. So this is 65. This is 65. So I'm going to focus on 70, 80, and maybe it could potentially reach to 300. Yeah, that is Tesla. S&P and S&P 500. Should I really look at S&P? I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure I want to trade S&P this week. We'll see. We'll see. S&P 500. TVC. I'm not really going to focus on this week. I'm not going to focus on this week. But I'm looking at a potential of this market dropping. Okay, I'm looking at this market dropping. There's that I'm looking at that possibility. This market could drop. I was looking at it on my other charts, but I'm actually not going to trade it this week. I'm not going to trade it this week. I know why. I'm not going to trade it this week. But yeah, there's that potential. Yeah, I'm right. I'm very right. I'm very right with what I'm thinking. Yeah, I'm actually right. So this. So potentially it could come into this zone. Potentially I'll be expecting it around here. So here's what I'm going to expect. I'm just going to give you a brief overview of what I expect. It's just a quick synopsis. Okay. Need a drawing tool, something of the sort. What am I looking for? I'm looking for path. I expect something like this. Maybe no, that's quite far. 815, yeah, 880 around there, and then a drop to right here, right there. I expect something like this, somewhere around here. I'm going to mainly focus on it somewhere around here, but for that I'll use my other criterias, my other entry criterias to actually get the exact location that I want, the exact zone that I want to check out on. So yeah, you can see created the double bottom, continue to the upside. Same thing I usually tell you. This is the same thing, I've repeated it time and again, that patterns do work on NASDAQ, they work on US30, they work on S&P 500. You can actually work with patterns and make money for a very, very long time. So I'm just expecting maybe a retracement into this this double bottom that was created around it, because you can see there was a lot of fair value gaps that were left behind. There's this gap that was here that hasn't been actually fully covered. As I've told you, when I see gaps, I expect the gaps to get fully covered. You can see on this double bottom that was created, this retracement was to cover this full gap. But on this side, you can see this gap wasn't covered at all. We just mark it out for where the gap is. Here's where the gap is. You can see the gap wasn't covered, so we can expect this gap to come and get covered. That is one thing I usually trade and I usually love. The time I gave you guys NASDAQ signal, and some you guys were asking me, how did I know that NASDAQ was going? Everyone was buying NASDAQ at a certain point. There was a certain point we were buying. Everyone was buying NASDAQ, and I told everyone, avoid buying. I told the guys in my group, let's not buy NASDAQ. Let's sell NASDAQ, because I knew exactly what was happening. So this is what was happening. We had some form of gap like this around this zone. NASDAQ was coming into that gap, so it came and covered that gap. Once it covered that gap, I told everyone sell immediately. So we started selling once immediately it covered that gap. So it started pretending like it would go up, and then it dropped massively. We had a massive drop that specific day. Those who know I love trading. I love trading gaps, but I have specific assets that when I see a gap, then those assets I'm going to focus on them. So I'm not going to check on US oil, but I'm going to tell you, because I've told you most of my charts on US oil have my secret strategy that I can't show you. I can't show you for now. It's a private strategy. You won't find it on the internet. You won't find it anywhere on the internet. Wherever you look, you're not going to find it. But yeah, so now for US oil, I expect it to continue to the upside. So this week I expect it around 77 and above. So what I'm going to be looking for is short-term retracements, then continuation to the upside. Buy. Though me, US oil, those people who have traded with me US oil, I have a couple people who have traded with me US oil personally. When I trade US oil, they've traded with me and they have actually seen my strategy, and I actually trained them the strategy. But yeah, when I trade US oil, it could still be potentially going to the upside, but I could take a sell. I could take a sell. I know why. When my strategy allows me to take a sell, I will take a sell. But when it doesn't allow me to take a sell, I don't take a sell. I trade 2 times a day US oil every single day, and every single day I have to make money from US oil. There's people who know how I trade both setups every single day. One at London session, one at post New York session. So US oil, I expect a continuation. S&P, think I've already shown you what I expect. What else? So now, what else? EURUSD, I gave you my expectations on the other on but I'm not really looking at it selling right now. I'm not really focused on it selling right now. I was waiting for it around here, but this market didn't come into my zone. I didn't like what I was seeing. I wanted a strong close, 4-hour close around this zone at least. I wanted a daily close, but I had said that a 4-hour would do. So I was waiting for the 4-hour to close, something like a 4-hour something, a good closure around this zone, but I didn't see what I liked, so I left it. I didn't take the sell. I left it. I'll still be waiting, but what I'm seeing, what I'm noticing is I'm not really seeing the market actually falling. I'm seeing the market could decide to now come and take there's a lot of okay, there's this we could see this fair value gap coming to get covered, fully covered. There's this resistance areas, all of these zones. We'll be watching out for them. Mostly I'm expecting the market to just go up. I'm mostly expecting the market to go up, but for this I'll be monitoring more aspects. I'll be monitoring a lot more aspects on it. There's something that, if you can see it, there's this, you can see this, it formed some sort of small time frame, head and shoulder. This is the 1-hour time frame, but I can see a head and shoulder around here. So yeah, potentially if we break above this, then this will mean that we'll also be above a very strong resistance zone, daily resistance zone. So let's say you get a 4-hour close above this zone. I'm going to buy it. I'm going to buy, not even a 4-hour, just this hourly. Here's what I'm going to do. Okay, I'm going to wait for a close above this zone. So let's call this the neckline of this head and shoulder, something like this. So I'm going to wait for a break above it. I'll be monitoring exactly what is happening, and then my stop loss slightly below this, and then 1:2. So I'm going to target above this. Okay, I'm going to target just right here, not above it, because this is an order block that could decide to form a retracement for us right here. So I'm just going to target 1:2 on that. 1:2. Sometimes I target 1:3. Yeah, so this would be good. This is the entry that I'm going to probably be looking out for, or I could decide to even get in earlier and just drive it to the upside, but I won't be doing that because I still expect there's a possibility that the market could drop down. So that is with EURUSD. EURUSD, I still expect it maybe to go up. We'll just watch what will happen. But yeah, EURUSD, I'm looking to continue to the upside. GBPJPY. Okay, GBPJPY. GBPJPY. Do I use Rwanda? No, I don't use Rwanda. So GBPJPY has been going to the upside. If you remember, before this drop happened, I told you I was holding this position. I was holding this position to drive it all the way up to 204. Yeah, I told you I was holding this position to drive it up to 204, and then there was this massive drop that came and took me out of most of my positions, and then I tried getting back in, but my confidence with holding, I know it's going to 204, but my confidence with holding GBPJPY slightly lowered. So because it actually did this to me twice, it had done this to me twice, taking me out of a position twice. It did. GBPJPY did this, and NZDJPY did the same thing, and EURUJPY, yeah, it was EURUJPY. It also did the same thing to me. So so what I did, and then it went to my direction. In fact, EURUJPY was the one that really hurt me because it dropped. There's a certain day it dropped in my position, in my direction, then it just instantly. So when I was upset, and then I closed my positions, and my positions were closed, and then I closed the charts completely. So coming back into the charts, I found that it went to my targets, and my targets were actually longer than swing trades. It went past my targets, but that was I didn't open EURUJPY for a very long time because that one really hurt me. So yeah, as I told you, I'm expecting GBPJPY to continue. My target on GBPJPY is 204. That is exactly where I'm looking to drive it to, 204. So when you're looking for entries, look for good entry confirmations, but holding, I'm not really sure about this market because they have a lot of interventions nowadays. These guys make a lot of interventions like every single day. That's their problem. This is an order block. That's why you're seeing these reactions happening. But now you can notice that this order block is weakening. Okay, it's weakening. First thing, we have an uptrend that has been created. We have an uptrend that has been created. So yeah, we could look at maybe this order block, maybe the market coming into this fair value gap right here. Maybe an entry from here, or an entry just as a continuation. Maybe we look for a break out of this zone. We'll just be seeing what will happen. But yeah, whatever happens between here and here, sorry about that. I just drank some blended juice. Yeah. So my main target is 204. I'm going to repeat that. My main target is 204 on GBPJPY. I'm really skeptical because it will get to 204. It will get to 204, but where will it get to? You know, with all these interventions, the problem with JPY is when the dollar is weak, they take advantage of that situation, because let's say the market has been just pumping to the upside strongly. When the dollar weakens, you should always expect that there's going to be an intervention, and when they have their interventions, these are the type of candles you should expect. Okay, and I do not really like such candles, and they usually come on days on very when I'm holding swing trades, and I really don't like that. Okay, I really don't like unexpected moves on my swing trades that take me out of my positions. And my problem is when I'm trading currency pairs, I usually leave my stop loss open. I usually leave my stop loss where it is. I don't move it to break even. I just let it run. I just let it run because I usually use a good stop loss. I usually use a good lot size because I swing most of the currency pairs that I'm trading. I usually swing them. The AUD USD sell that we got, you remember that? I told you guys, instead of closing it, I had planned to close it, but I told you guys, let's not close it, let's just continue. That's what I usually do with let's just continue drive, and the sell paid off. You see, that's what I usually do with currency pairs. But with JPY pairs, they have a problem of when the dollar weakens, they take advantage of such situations, and you just see the market crumbling. And their carry trades haven't stopped. That's something you guys need to know. Their carry trades haven't stopped in any of that. So my target is 204. That is my target. It has always been my target, but I do expect potential of this market doing the same thing again. Okay, I do expect such a thing happening again, but for now I might decide to take the risk. I'm just going to be monitoring what is going to happen around here. I might decide to get in the way I've been getting in. I've been getting in on short-term entries. I just get in, take a short-term entry, 1:5. Very short-term entries I've been taking. 1:3, 1:5, 1:2. I've been taking such entries on this, on GBPJPY and USDJPY. I've been taking 1:5, most of them 1:5. So yeah, but for GBPJPY, I'll be monitoring this zone. I'll be monitoring this zone. Let's just say there's a lot of liquidity around this zone. You can see the order block is weakening. The order block is weakening, but not only that. Okay, we will not only say that the order block is weakening. There is also the fact that there's also a lot of liquidity up there. There's liquidity under here, but it's not that much. So we're going to be looking at this market to drive it to the upside. So there's two possibilities. I could get in from this fair value gap, or I could decide to wait for a break, a strong break, when I see volume. If I see volume coming in to drive it to the upside, then I'm going to drive it to the upside. That's how I usually trade. When I trade short-term entries, I usually just look for consolidations. A strong, when I see some volume coming in. I think I showed you guys on US 10-year. When you see some volume coming in, I get in. Target I target 1:2 on that, or 1:3, and yeah, capture some good moves on that. So it's very, very simple. We're not going to complicate anything. Okay, today I'm not complicating anything. I'm not talking about any order blocks. I'm not talking about any fair value gaps. I'm not talking about any PDRAs. I'm not talking about any volume profile. I'm not talking about I'm not talking about anything complicated today. Yeah, so use that information and make some money. Hope you have a good one.